Welcome to the online conference, Holistic Renovation of Modernism Housing. My name is Ruta Leitanaitė, and I am the President of Architects Association of Lithuania, the Vice President of Baltic Architects Unions Association and International Union of Architects Council member of Region 2. And also I will be the moderator of today's online conference. So what is this conference about? I will show you, share my screen. So the organizers of this conference there are many. The conference is a part of a joint International Union of Architects as Region 1 and Region 2. And this event is initiated and organized by the Baltic Architects Unions Association, BAUA. We have also partners that are very important to our event. And the partners of the event are Architects Council of Europe and, of course, Madrid Forum 2022 Affordable Housing. And our event is a side event of the Forum's program. We have also some friends who helped us to implement this event. These are sponsors: Lithuanian Council for Culture, Cultural Endowment of Estonia, and State Cultural Capital Foundation of Latvia. The conference is only one part of the whole event, and the whole event will be consisting of this online conference, and also we will have an exhibition that will be open in Madrid Forum on 16th of May, and everything will be followed by book, printed online as PDF. So before we start diving into the program, I will stop sharing my screen because I would like to ask our distinguished guests and friends of this event to say a couple of warm welcoming words. And I will start with our honorable guest, the President of International Union of Architects, Jose Luis Cortés. So dear Jose Luis, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Ruta. Good morning, everybody. It's a great pleasure to be with you. And on the name of the International Union of Architects, I want to welcome everybody to this great event called Holistic Renovation of Modernist Housing. As you know, after the pandemic era, everybody around the world is very worried about what is the future of housing everywhere. And that's a very important issue for the Union of International Architects. As you know, I like very much the name holistic because housing is related to everything. First of all, to all the professions. No, it's a challenge for architects, but at the same time, it's a challenge for ecologists, for the sociologists, for economists, for administrators, for private sector, for public sector, for social sector, for everybody. And from the ecological point of view as well. We have been facing in the last 2 years a big problem because everybody has to be at home, afraid of the COVID-19. And during these 2 years, we have realized that many of the houses were not prepared, to work comfortable in a house where the parents have to work there, the children have to take classes. Sometimes they are, fortunately, they have internet and they can be very productive. But in many cases, in many of their developed countries, they don't have good technology and they just have to be at home, apart from everything. And that is very sad. Besides that, we have been facing difficult situations with the problems that the war has to face nowadays. One of them is the climate change. In many countries, there are big migrations, moving from one country to another because the temperature is so high that they cannot keep living in their own places. In other countries, they have this situation of lack of employment, and people cannot live in their own cities where they were born because there is not employment. In some other countries, there are political situations where, we could say different kind of governments, that they are sometimes military governments and very strict, and people cannot develop themselves properly. But in some other countries, in the last months, we have been facing the war. You know, an example of that is Ukraine, where they have been destroying thousands of buildings and dwellings. That's why I'm very happy that Olina from Ukraine is with us, because she can share, you know, her terrible experience in Ukraine when human beings destroy, you know, without any reason, you know, destroy a city. So nowadays it's not acceptable. You know, we at International Union of Architects, we cannot accept this war. We cannot accept this destruction. So the migration from people from Ukraine to other countries has been very high, and that means that they need houses where to live, but they need employment, they need education, they need health, they need many other minimum standards for living. And that's a big challenge for the countries that have to accept all this migration process. So that's why I believe this event will be very helpful, you know, for two reasons. First of all, that we can be all aware of what is going on around the world, and specifically what is going on now in Ukraine. But the second issue that is very important, that we have to be prepared for the affordable housing activation forum that is going to be developed in Spain, in Madrid, on the 18th, 19th, and 20th of May, organized by UIA together with the Spanish Society of Architects. So I want to congratulate all the organizers, and I am very happy that we have very good speakers, and thank you very much for inviting me, Ruta, to this event. My best wishes, you know, and regards to everybody. Thank you very much, and good luck with all to all the speakers that will present today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, dear President Jose Luis. You are right, challenges are many when we are talking about holistic renovation, and this conference, it's, you know, just one drop in the sea of our effort to trying to find out how to balance all the interests and all the needs. The next welcome word should have come from the Architects Council of Europe, President Ruth Schagemann, but she has got a COVID, unfortunately. So she sends her best wishes and wishes for successful conference virtually. I am really grateful for ACE as well, because they were our partners and helped to collect the speakers and to select the best examples that will be presented in this conference and also in the exhibition. And now I would like to ask to say some welcoming words. The director of Madrid Forum 2022, Angela Baldel. So Angela, the floor is yours. You have to unmute yourself, Angela. We cannot hear you.
Sorry, now it's okay? Perfect. Thank you, Ruta. I would like to thank you for the invitation to open this important event, which demonstrates that collaboration and alliance are possible and necessary to move forward in the face of challenges such as housing. Let me share with you some ideas. In times as complex as the ones we live in, it is important to learn to respect the successful solutions of others, and to learn to listen to people's needs. Architecture is a profession at the service of society that must work to improve the quality of life of people in the world. A world that, despite being one, has many diversities that are associated with the identity of peoples and a specific built environment, as advocated by the new European Bauhaus. This dichotomy is part of the complexity that we architects must assume in order to provide effective solutions. Sorry. So, on the other, sorry, I have a text, solutions. The Madrid Forum has made the effort to synthesize in 6 the barriers that hinder access to housing. Madrid wants to propose a common meeting place to share knowledge, data and exemplary cases, and promote a multilateral statement from these barriers, able to achieve and promote local action plans related to specific indicators. Hosting this side event is an honor because it is the proof that architects are ready to face these challenges in a solvent way without shying away from their responsibility. You are already part of this action. You are already part of this global activation movement that can consolidate itself as the first global platform with real potential to move in the right direction. We have the tools. We have invested in artificial intelligence and data science. We cannot admit that more than 1,800 million people on the planet do not have adequate housing. We must be able to work together. I invite you to follow us, spread the word about the forum, and subscribe. I wish you much success in this discussion. As already said, the president of UAE is necessary, is absolutely convenient, not only for the situation of Ukraine, that reveals us a new reality, that reveals us a disaster that many of us can believe in it in this 21st century. We need to learn as architects to work together with other professionals. We need to establish and build new collaborations and new alliances, because the renovation of our housing not only requires an holistic vision, but also requires the respect for the differences, for the diversity of the socio-cultural environments. We need to take into account a lot of commitments with health, with the climate action. We need to face the renovation with commitments related with the energy efficiency, but also with quality, as an European Bauhaus proposed. So the effort is big, and we need to face this big challenge in a different way to work. We need to open our minds, and we need to be prepared to offer solutions for our clients that are the inhabitants of this unique world that we share, and then we need to be prepared to offer this solution not only to the society and to the people, but also to guarantee a good future for the next generation, for our child. So the best success in this discussion. I hope to be able to share all these exemplary cases in our platform, and we hope to see you all in Madrid in next May. But I hope also to share with you all the knowledge that we are already sharing in the platform as this conference, international conference. So please help us to disseminate the knowledge. Let us to disseminate this focus of this important forum. We believe that they really have the opportunity to look forward and to offer to the population, and with other partners, as scientists, as economists, as sociologists, other professionals, we can offer, and we are in the position to offer to the people new and viable solutions to improve their housing and the built environment. Thank you very much, Ruta, for the invitation.
Thank you very much, Angela, and I wish you all the success for the Madrid Forum. And I could not agree more when you say that the quest for today's architects is the ability to work in team with other professionals as well, and to be really sensitive when it comes to the existing context and existing needs. And I think that the skill that the architect needs the most today is the ability to listen, as you mentioned at the beginning of your speech. So thank you very much. I hope that you can stay a little bit, at least a little bit,